I know many members will be thinking about whether to stand for the Royal Pharmaceutical Society national boards in England, Scotland and Wales. The contributions of our boards are so important to the work that we do at RPS. And we want to share some insights with you from our current board members about their experiences. So I'm delighted today to be joined by Ruth Mitchell. Ruth is a member of the Welsh Pharmacy Board. We do have sectoral places in Wales, so Ruth holds one of the community pharmacy seats on our board. Thanks for joining me, Ruth.
Oh, wonderful to see you, Ellen. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, fantastic. Could you first help the members to understand a little bit more about the contributions and to reflect a little bit on the work that you've been involved in during your time on the Welsh Pharmacy Board?
Of course, I'd love to, actually. I have to say, it's one of the really rewarding parts of my role at the moment, when you are able to influence more widely than your immediate teams and the communities and patients that you're working with, when you can make an impact on the profession as a whole. I've really loved working alongside the other board members, but also the core RPS team when they're looking at policy. So, for example, over the past years, there have been some really powerful policies that have driven change for things like care services, for things like long-term conditions and palliative care. And I've been involved in these, and to see how the RPS engages with different stakeholders, with patient groups, and then actually develops a policy and then shares that with the decision makers in government or the decision makers in health boards, and see the changes that impact our pharmacies, our pharmacists, their communities, their patients is absolutely amazing. So so seeing that I've really enjoyed, because I just think we're really empowering our pharmacists then to make a difference in their communities and for their patients. So yes, I've really enjoyed it. I think it's been quite pertinent, the things that we've covered. I think that we have palliative care at the moment, we started looking at 18 months ago, and my goodness, have we put those things into place now? How the impact it has made through the pandemic has been huge, how we've been able to support our patients. So yes, real kind of life-changing work that we're able to see into fruition, really. When it's a policy and a piece of paper, it turns into what a difference we make for patients. So yes, I think it's really empowering work we do.
And of course, Ruth, the Welsh Pharmacy Board were absolutely instrumental in the development of the recent vision for pharmacy in Wales, Pharmacy Delivering a Healthier Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. Really inspirational work again, where the pulling together of all of the stakeholders to be able to inform government with regards to what it is that would enable pharmacy in the future. So we are able to be then set up with the right technologies, the right collaborations within the wider healthcare team to be able to make a difference to patient care. Absolutely. So that's something with a plan that will absolutely make pharmacy at the forefront of the care that's given to patients in Wales. Absolutely.
So, yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Ruth. And, as you say, the contributions that you have given those policies have been extensive, ensuring that the community pharmacy voice is always heard, and making sure that we've got the different sectors of pharmacy really being reflected in what we're asking in our policies for patients.
Yes, and I think that's the value of having these stakeholder groups. So not only do we talk to patients, what their needs are, we always would talk to, other healthcare professionals. In fact, we've had consultants and doctors involved. We've had, real experts in their field, specialist experts in their field, but actually across what the whole of pharmacy can do. It's not, so yes, I am in community pharmacy, but the links with hospital, with GP, with IPs, is so valuable. So, we wouldn't ever be able to work in a silo. And the professional working as a whole is much more powerful when we're all linked up and make a difference for patients. So absolutely, how we work together.
Definitely. Thank you, Ruth. And what do you really enjoy about being a board member? What have you really gained from the experience yourself?
Okay, well, I mean, being informed. I've really loved being informed, but also having insights that I have from the people that I work with being shared and being given value and impacting, impacting what the profession is doing. I think I love the empowering of people. So when I see things that have been put into place, and then I have a conversation with members and non-members, in fact, and they say things that I think we've made a difference here. We've made a difference. What they're doing and what they're doing for their patients is directly impacted from kind of what we have done. I think that's really rewarding. So empowering others, inspiring others to really see the vision of pharmacy, the difference that we can make. So I love that completely. So yeah, empowering others, inspiration, the difference we can make. So I think we've got different cohorts of pharmacists that we definitely can impact. So we've got our legacy workforce, and it's like, how do we get them to see the future, especially when they're kind of really busy in the day job and we understand their workload and those pressures, but actually to be able to get them to see the vision of the future is amazing. To then have our new, our early years pharmacists and really have them inspiring us, in fact, and telling us what they want, as well as then telling them what the future is as well. We've had to look after, our provisional pharmacists, our early years pharmacists, the changes that are coming now with the degree courses. There's a lot of work to do to support those pharmacists. I love that, to shaping their ideas and what they can do, the impact that they can have. And then, we've got other cohorts. We've got cohorts of IPs, you just think, it's the difference they're making and how can we help them and what do they need from us? So, so I think that's what I love, this interplay of listening to what people need, but also then empowering them with, okay, so here are the tools and the guidance and the vision to know what you can do.
I think that's what's really great for us as staff, is actually getting those insights from you and the other board members as things are happening. So if you become aware of certain challenges, being able to share that with us so that we can plan what is needed, what support is needed, to move things forward for our members.
Yeah, very much. I think it's this two-way conversation. I mean, it's wonderful when we have our observers come onto to our board meetings. It's brilliant. We can really learn from that. Seeing, when you see the website development, when you see that, the stories, the blogs, when you see what it is that people are doing, we really can learn from each other. It's a wonderful way of being able to share best practice. And we haven't had conference, but actually, conference was just, it's a wow moment, isn't it? Where we celebrate the best of pharmacy, and it's really humbling, but it's also just inspiring as well. You never leave those events or talking to other pharmacists without being inspired and thinking, I can, lifelong learning, that's what we do as pharmacists, but you really can learn from the best, and the best are kind of, the rest of the profession, they really are. So yeah, I love it.
Brilliant. That's fantastic, Ruth. Thank you so much for sharing some of your insights with us, and thank you for your constant commitment and enthusiasm to your work as a Welsh Pharmacy Board member.
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Ruth.